Good evening, everybody. This is another In Point again with Dorin Anghelescu. Thank you for listening. I will try to keep this one a bit shorter than my usual videos. Um, well, let's just start at the beginning, of a rotten beginning. Donald Trump, which is enough of a rotten beginning for anybody, just picked a vice presidential running mate, and it turns out to be Mike Pence of Indiana. Uh, I cannot think of a worst possible person to have when you're talking about human rights violations. This man would be the king of the heap. Uh, and don't get me wrong, the ultra right wing fake Christian conservatives, they will be stroking themselves having an orgasm to this guy. And as far as they're concerned, he can do no wrong. But then again, right wing Christians anymore, I believe, are probably the closest I have ever seen to what I would call the Antichrist. Um, but recently, I had gotten into a sort of a discussion with some other people here on right here on Facebook about the GOP and what they are trying to accomplish, and how they affect everyone around them. And there was a video posted that I absolutely loved about some black marchers coming together with some counter protesters across the street and realized they had a lot more in common with the Black Lives Matter folks than they originally thought. And they ended up making one protest together, and they were getting along and realized that, hey, we really do like each other. We're all human beings after all. And it was posted by a friend of mine, and it turns out that there was some people who jumped in that were also friends of his, as well as, and I don't know any of them, but it just got to the point where, I'm sorry, I just got totally just fed up with, I said that this is not typical of the Republican Party, because it basically, it is come down to being partisan. Um, and it has come down to that because the representative right now of the GOP is Donald Trump. And the person that he chose to pick as his running mate is Mike Pence. Well, what has Mike Pence actually proposed? He proposed punishing single women if they have a child without a husband. He wants to remove a woman's reproductive rights completely. He wanted to defund every Planned Parenthood in Indiana because of abortions, even though less than 3% of these services provided by Planned Parenthood are abortions, and they don't apply. They don't not apply. They don't was okay. Applied themselves to providing abortions directly. They refer to abortion doctor. Now, I don't like the idea of abortions. I've had kids. I don't want to abort them. I'm glad that I did not. But it has come so far to the extreme that you can't even now. They're saying that you cannot even abort a child if a woman is raped, or if she's like forced to carry this baby, and you cannot even abort the child if it is a serious health concern to the mother. Um, and all I hear from a lot of the inside is like, oh, no, racist, misogynist, homophobic people, not true GOPers. Well, I'm sorry, not true GOPers. Where are you? Get control of your party, because I hate to say it, but the party of Abraham Lincoln, who believed that the man was not subhuman because he was black, is gone. Ike Eisenhower, who believed women deserve equal pay for equal work, is gone. Teddy Roosevelt, who went ahead and challenged the rich people to stop using children as slave labor in coal mines, is gone. Okay, the Barry Goldwater, who said that gay people actually deserve the rights to marriage and to serve openly in the military if they want to serve their country, is gone. They all believe that the Declaration of Independence and the right to live life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness did not stop just because you happen to be Asian or Mexican or gay or lesbian or black or whatever. It wasn't always there just to protect rich, older white people. Okay? And I'm sort of fed up with this not true GOPers. Okay? Well, then what are true GOPers? Because, see, when people like me hear you say that, and we were sitting there and watching this convention, and they are making the rules as we speak. Tony Perkins of the American Family Research Council is helping them write the rules. They do not, or they are opposing every judge that Barack Obama tried to put to the Supreme Court because the NRA has to approve of them first. What? Since when does a private organization like the NRA get to pick and choose who our justices are? All right? And when I hear some of these, oh, not true GOPers, but oh, there's not a thing I can do about it, and we wave our hands and go, oh, isn't that sorry that, oh, geez, 49 people were slaughtered at a gay nightclub, or there's this white boy who was 21 who walked into a black church and shot 9, and then okay, and you cluck your tongues, but you keep saying, oh, not me. I wouldn't be doing. Well, you know what the rest of us hear? The rest of us hear bull. Okay? Because what they're proposing right now is that they want to make it illegal to be gay, and they want to start restricting the rights of black people. They also want to start seriously restricting the rights of women. And if you think this is going to stop here, by the time they come for one group of any persons, where does it stop where they get to choose from what's next? When I hear that, what I hear you say, when, oh, not true GOPers, what I hear is, I really don't matter to you. That's what many of us hear. We really don't matter to you because you don't give a shit enough to try to get control of your party back. Okay, right now it is in control of the most hateful, misogynist, racist, homophobic bigots in the face of the country. If Trump wins and he runs with Pence, have you seen the logo yet where the T is sticking right down in through the middle of the P like a big shaft? Well, that's about the screwing that we're going to get if you are stupid enough to elect this idiot and be part of them. Okay? But more importantly, what that tells me and other people who oppose is that in order for you to go ahead and go along with whatever it is your party wants, there are certain of us that are expendable. And we don't count. Okay, well, it's a little bit more than just feelings being hurt. Okay? It goes a little bit beyond that because this is exactly how this shit starts. Okay, this is exactly how it started where the Germans decide, Achtung Juden, verboten. Okay, attention, Jews, you are forbidden. Okay? This is how it starts when you come to no blacks allowed. We cater to white trade only. This is how it starts. And you're going to sit there and try to tell me not true GOPers? I'm sorry. If you're going along with this and you're not saying anything, and all you got to do is wring your hands and cluck your tongues and go, oh yeah, that's terrible, it's all so bad, and you're not getting involved to go ahead and take it back and start calling these people out, sending them emails, writing them, and getting them on the phone and say, hey, you don't speak for me, you are true GOPers, and this is the true GOP. And I'd rather not have you in my friends list. Because I'm not going to sit there and be a second-class citizen to friends who think that I and others are expendable. And that is exactly what it is. Because the GOP at this point, you not true GOPers, might as well hang a swastika flag out in front and just get it over with. Why don't we just get on the Jerry Springer show? Why don't you just call Oprah Winfrey and air your dirty laundry in public? Why don't you just put your money where your mouth is and just, hey, get everybody in the right wing armed and send them to the convention and pour on the booze, and then have somebody jump up at the last minute and go, oh, look, an invasion of black lesbian Muslim women, and then hit the floor and duck and see how we just might get our problem solved when the shooting starts. I don't know what else to say. Nobody's immune. You really think that because they come after one group, that when they're successful doing that they're not going to come after you? You really think that these people, that the good old days doesn't mean that your front yard was a place to put ornaments like black people on a rope and have them hanging out of trees? You really think that restoring America and taking it back has not included rounding up people and putting them into internment camps here in the U.S.? Because this is what they are proposing. You have even had some people in your party proposing that, it would be a mistake to put them into an internment camps. Mexicans, lesbians, black people, gay people, whatever. What we should actually be doing is just going ahead and rounding them up and disposing of them and saving the taxpayers the cash and the resources. That's what you want? That's your idea of GOP? Well, if you can't oppose that, and you can't say anything, and you can't get out there in front of it, and you can't start making some noise and band together with other people who start thinking like you and taking your party back, I'm out. There was a good reason Jimmy LaSalvia wrote GOP, No Hope, why I left the GOP and why you should too. And you should. Because if you don't, then make an attempt to fight back and start getting louder. Because if you don't start getting louder and you just cluck your tongue and, oh, gee, that's just terrible, well, then you are true GOPer. That's all I have to say. Good night.